Hi, this is Christy, and this is video number 3 on presentation tips. Okay, so last time we talked about you and your voice and posture. This time we're going to talk about content. So you want to construct your presentation around your paper. So you want to provide an introduction to the problem you've been studying, talk briefly about what you found in your literature review, and talk about your sociological analysis. And then finally, you want to express what you would recommend to the relevant stakeholders. So the two most important parts here are that you want to make an impact when you state your introduction, grab your audience, make them interested in the problem that is going on in your country. And lastly, you want to end on a bang with what you recommend and why action should be taken. Okay? What's really important is that you need to keep this brief. It's only 5 minutes, so that's tight. What I recommend to make it sit within 5 minutes is to write a script. So for instance, if I go over, these are actually my notes for this presentation. So I took some time, probably a good hour or more, before I did this presentation to think about what I wanted to say to you, and I wrote it all down. After practicing a few times, it's really sort of in my head, and then I'm able to do a smoother presentation than I would otherwise. So writing a script is important. You also want your slides to supplement what you're saying, okay? So not be your script, but just emphasize the key points. Perhaps put a visual impact to emphasize. So for instance, maybe I might be talking about Germany and their education system. And maybe while I'm discussing the problem or a key point within it, maybe I'm showing this picture, but it has a higher impact to what I'm trying to say because I have a visualization of your country and the problem that exists. Okay, so that's another way that you can handle your slides. You want to present one thing at a time. So for instance, in my last presentation, you'll remember that I started with talking about you and how are you sitting, and I provided a visual aid. Then we went next to your voice, to practicing out loud, and finally to being yourself. I'm presenting each idea one at a time so that the person can focus on that and not be reading ahead. Lastly, please don't put a whole paragraph on the screen. That's what that looks like. It's horrifying, is it not? So try not to do that. That's your script. Keep that in the background and just put your key points. Okay, so I hope this helps. And next we're going to be talking about some final thoughts.